Hello folks, and welcome back to Overlord, Raising Hell. Yeah, so, let us continue. And while I'm getting in there, I will just switch me mouse. Beautiful. Good kick, and... let's go actually run a bit of this over here, shall we? Maybe I should go buff up my reds first. They will be vital. Yeah, we'll go make my reds a bit stronger first. I know two of them have hero gear, but that's not exactly enough. We'll go poke our heads into the Heaven's Peak Abyss, because that's a nice place to gear up. We don't really have too much concern for stuff there. Where's me English? Oh Christ, the reds are burrowier than I thought they were. Ah yes, they start off with some gear by default, don't they? Since it chose that mistress. Yes, yes. In that case, I'll just grab these and I'll go do the dungeon then. Oh shit. The rams are an issue. Rams are an issue. It's reds after all. On legendary mode, they're more of an issue. They're even an issue to your browns. Which is rather obnoxious, so to be perfectly honest with you. Go kill it. Okay, my reds are a lot better geared than I thought, so like I said, I'll go deal with the other thing in a moment. Go kill that.
We'll look after him better this time. No
sure you will. Sure you will. Go grab the other one. Although they say they'll look after them better this time, but you never see them again. It's as if they just disappeared into the ether. Just a bit weird. I suppose I could go make my minions burrowier, but nah. I think they're burrowing enough as is. Kind of be honest, part of me is tempted in not using the reds for this one, but actually doing one where the greens excel. I'm just tempted. Let me grab the greens. You know what? We'll start off with the bloody unicorns. The overrated pip ponies, as they were. As they're called. And I love the two in the back just glitching. One glitching its mouth through the other's head. Yes, that's totally in line with common courtesy. Alright. Now what you do here is... oh shit, I did not mean to aggro this manny. You just lured them past these guys. Hope they don't run right into them. And you use the greens to blitz. But since I'm immensely powerful, I don't need to solely rely on the greens. Need to rely on the greens in the slightest. Question if anyone would even need that dagger. Yeah, no one does. At that percentage, I'll be surprised. Sometimes it seems the ranks are a bit more filled than other times. I don't know. Do you get Fridays off, maybe? Yeah, to be honest, I actually didn't even need the greens here, considering how burly I am. They were useful, but they weren't needed. They weren't necessary. I will need them soon enough, though. I was so waiting to just lose a random one there. So waiting. So okay, no one wants this at all. No one wants it at all. Alright, that's fine. Let's see, what's next? Let's do the Boulder Beast. I'll deal with the Battle with Beetle in a bit. That's just the normal Beetle. Okay. Can I be honest? A little apprehensive using these guys. They excel when they can get onto the critter's back, and the critter's back is the one place they won't be going, because that's rock. I question how well the Reds will serve, and while I'm apprehensive, I think ultimately these may be the best option. I'm just going to have to position my guys in the middle, and okay, they're not automatically aggroed. The dramatic music got me worried. Sorry, just sometimes they seem to pop out of their form. Ah, it's when you get somewhat close. Shit. Okay, kill. Oh, beautiful. That just got mauled. That's beautiful. Good Christ. Okay. Stay in the middle again. And we'll grab this guy. Come on. Come on, you ass. Let's see how well we can do with out assistance. Quite well. Okay. Because of my minions, and me not being an idiot, I think I'll do fine. Well, because of my burrowiness and me not being an idiot, I'll be fine. Kind of wish I didn't have them now, because I could afford to be a little bit more reckless. Christ. Christ. That was terrifying. Go grab that. You know what? I'm going to use these to aggro both of these. Oh shit! I misclicked. I end up the moment they started rolling at me. Kind of forgot how you bloody well controlled them. it's fucking typical. I lost one of them because of course I did. It doesn't matter. I can easily enough gear them up again. Wait. Grab that. Sorry, I thought one of them had Melvin's fork, and it was just like, no, I know I lost that one. I was getting very confused. Okay, that's done. Dazzler Beetle will skip for the moment. Dwarf Bomber. These will be easy to handle. They're pansies. Their main thing is throwing bombs at people. I could use that to take them out if I wanted. But I don't. I'm just going to charge people in and wreck shit. There we go. They can punch, but I'm not scared of that either. And I don't have any mana here, so I can't try and detonate them early. And at least I'm getting some gear for these for this new guy. It's not great gear, but it's some gear. It's getting them up a little. I'll have to be substantially more careful in this next bit. Crossbow men. Are they crossbow men or crossbow dwarves? Crossbow man. Okay. So I can't remember what way they phrased it. But this is the reason why the other dwarves were holding their pickaxes like this. I guess they're just using the model and default to the same animation. They do a bit of damage, but I can actually one-shot them with this mace, which is awesome. Though I have none of that life drain stuff, so I'm relying solely on regen, which is quite slow at present. I need to toss in a lot more greens. To be honest, I think I'll probably end up spending more, put more green minions in than more green minions in than brown. There we go. There's the English. Might be able to give that guy that. Wow, I swear that's better. Hold on, let me try. No, seems he doesn't want it inside us. So anyone want this? The new guy must want that. No? Well, seems not. Alright then. So anyway, like I said, I'll plan on doing all of these. So I'm just trying to get a fair few done now. Because, you know, I haven't touched this at all. Well, I've barely touched this. And Christ, that's a fair few. Still, I don't really think it's much for me to worry about. I'll try and engage, then I'll charge my units in. If I charge them in too early, I'll take a... I'm a fair bit slower than they are. So... you know, they might get overwhelmed while I'm still just... Christ. Don't underestimate dwarves with pickaxes. They just killed off... Well, they've killed off the new guy, they've also killed off some more burly guys. Typical. Fucking typical. Okay. At least we're getting some gear for the new guys. Not great gear, I might add, but it's gear nonetheless. So no one wants that. Alright then. Irritating. But yeah, I guess that is just universally... Well, it's just a universal terrible idea, just charging your units in. It just, they're so... My guys are just so better geared, you think you can get away with it. Okay, that's a fair few of them. I'm going to use some reds. Don't feel like losing any more browns. They're way too well geared for, you know, to be discarded. I do like their swords. They do look cool. They do look fancy. Nice. And I'll just get in the way. Okay. Well, can I be honest with you? Yeah, I can just handle these guys myself. They're slightly shorter than me. Also, remember that one guy saying the knights they're too quiet. And that unnerves him. It was one guy in Heaven's Peak. He was complaining early on about the knights. What was that in reference to? I get that the knights that we're fighting here, they don't talk in the slightest. But, like, why don't they? Or is it just a discipline thing? Like, you know, the British Royal Guard kind of thing? Or is it something else? Was it a deeper portrait that didn't get added in, or what? Because it could be nothing, or it could be something, and now, thinking about it, it's got me wondering. It's got me kind of disappointed, thinking maybe there was something more to it that just didn't get into it. This... As I've said before, like, you know, there's some games out there that are like unappreciated classics. Sometimes I feel like this, I don't want to be mean, but sometimes you can find a game that is just you know, it's a great game, but it's unappreciated by the general the general populace gamers. Sometimes I feel that this game wasn't appreciated by its makers, just insofar as you know, it's got a great idea. There's great potential to it, but it's not given the time it needed to fully reach it. Certainly that mightn't be their fault though. You know, it could be an issue of it, you know, I always hear stories that, like, for example, you know, with New Vegas, they, Obsidian had a certain, plan for it, and Bethesda made them rush it, so they didn't get to do the full plan. Funny enough, it still is, I've heard it being proclaimed as the best Fallout of the modern series, of the modern games. You know, Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4, it's the best one of the modern ones. Though it was very crashy and buggy when it came out. You know, maybe that's what was up with Overlord. I've no idea. But, you know, it feels like if this got more time in the oven, it would have been an even better game. I certainly preferred over the second one, but it had ideas that it didn't fully flesh out, and that's actually rather disappointing. And the second one tries to flesh them out, but does so in an annoying, disappointing way. The fleshing out is, it gives more emphasis to you taking the city. You either go around and dominate all the people, and they start making gear for you, or you go around killing all the people, and I have no idea what happens then. Presumably nothing. You might get a bit of gear for that for one of your minions, like the Butcher of Brookhaven, or whatever the places are called, and that's it. But I've no idea. To be honest, I only fully took over the first place, and that was it. It was so goddamn tedious, I didn't bother with the rest. I've been thinking about going back and doing it, and finishing off the side quests in a follow up to my original Overlord 2 playthrough. I might do it, I might not. I kind of want to finish it, but it's tedious. But you know, just like this game has great potential, but it just, due to it being like rushed, or however you want to phrase it, it basically didn't get to reach its full potential. It's how good it could be, kind of thing. And certainly, if that's true for this game, I certainly feel that you could definitely argue that's true for the sequel. Because there's like a platform in the tower that's completely useless as far as I know. There's when you exit the tower, you can go one way to go to the minion part, one way to go to the forge, and one way to go nowhere. And one other platform. And there's that, and I know it just feels a lot. I know, the feel of this one just is so much better, basically. Then again, that's not a sign I got rushed, it's just a sign I prefer this one over that one. Huh. Crit seemed... Okay, run. Crit seemed to be guaranteed to actually set that off. Okay. Just get them there. Brilliant, got some gear. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Christ. Okay, one of them really doesn't like me. Okay, now run, now run, now run. I'm playing with fire here. More ways than one. But it's working out for me. Annoyingly, with reds, it's very hard to just fling them in and get them to get the gear, because they get quite insistent on fighting the enemies sometimes. Sometimes. But oh, there we go. I was figuring he had detonated. You know, triggered by the bomb. Blow out his comrade. But yeah, basically just my opinion was, a bit more time in the oven, fully flesh out some concepts. It would have done the game wonders. And the game wonders. Plus they could have gotten away with a fair few of the many bugs left in the game. There's a lot of bugs in this game. The whole series is rather buggy, to be honest. The Overlord 2 had a game-breaking bug in it